So now let us see the relation between various parts, various organisms of the biotic components. So we discussed that they are interdependent. Different organisms present in an environment are interdependent. Different organisms present in an ecosystem are interdependent. They depend on each other. For what? They depend on each other mainly for food. So to understand the food relations between various organisms, if you see that there, if you observe the food relations, you find the food relations in the form of food chains or food webs. See, if you make a note of that, which organism is eaten by which organism is eating which organism, or how an organism gets its food, what is the source. If you see these relations, you find the relations that are in the form of a chain, then you call it as a food chain. If the relations are in the form of a web, you call it as a food web. Let us begin with the source of energy, that is sun, solar energy. There is a lot of solar energy, solar radiation. We are not capable of harvesting all the solar energy. So there is no need of electricity. But we don't have that much of technology. The solar technology is still developing, the solar panels and converting the sun energy to other forms energy. But you see the plants, they are capable of converting the solar energy into chemical energy, that is the food energy. So they are called as producers. The green plants are the organisms that have green substance which can prepare food from the sun energy or sunlight are called as producers. They are called as producers. What do they produce? They produce the food. So they are called as producers. They are also, they produce food. It is a major source of energy for all the next category. So on the first category you find the producers. The next one, primary consumers. Primary consumers may be herbivores, not always herbivores. We cannot say that the primary consumers are always herbivores. So primary consumers may be herbivores means which eat only plant part, only depend on plants are called herbivores. So the primary consumer, it depends on the producer. The sun energy, how much of energy is converted to food, how much amount of energy can be harvested by these producers, only 1%. 1% of solar energy is taken by the producers. So the producers, they produce the food that is taken by primary consumers. Primary consumers are dependent on plants. So here the energy transfer only 10%. 10% of energy is transferred into this. There is a lot of wastage. We will see what are the factors that contribute to that wastage. So the primary consumers are eaten by the secondary consumers. Secondary consumers, a bird. Here you can see the primary consumer, an insect, it eats the grains of the plant. Primary consumer. You can see the secondary consumer, a bird. Bird is the secondary consumer. So this bird may be eaten by a fox. Fox, tertiary consumer. Tertiary consumer. So that is the next level. So here you see that at 10%, it goes to 10%. So out of this 10, from this 10%, only 10% of energy is transferred. And if you see the number, the producers are in large number compared to the primary consumers. And if you compare the primary and secondary consumers, the secondary consumers are smaller in number compared to primary consumers. And if you see the trophic levels, the food pyramid, it just looks like this. The producers, they take part of the base. Here we can see that it is the more area compared to the each levels. So if you go from bottom to top, the bottom level is the biggest level, biggest trophic level, that is the producers are more in number in the environment compared to the primary consumers. Primary consumers take the second step, which are less in number compared to producers. And above the primary consumers, you find the secondary consumers, which are still less than primary. And if you go to the top, tertiary consumers are still less in number. You see, in a forest, the number of tigers is very less when compared to the grass or plants. So tigers are countable. You might have studied in your social studies in reserve forests and all how many tigers are there. 500 tigers are there, 600 tigers are there, countable. But can anyone say that how many plants are there in a forest? So producers are in very large number, and the energy transfer from solar energy to the producer to the primary consumer, to the secondary consumer, to the tertiary consumer. In most cases, the tertiary consumers are carnivores. So in this way, the energy is transferred from one level to another level, and we call these levels as trophic levels, and this shows that pyramid, food pyramid. Now let us see food chain. Here we can see a food chain. See here, producer, a plant is being eaten by an insect, insect is being eaten by a bird, bird is being eaten by a fox. If you write all this, you can find like a chain. Of course, I have written it straight, but basically a food chain has to be written in the horizontal form. Let us write it and see. So let us see the food chains and food webs. So here is the food chain. Here we see different organisms. It has got some plants and some animals. Plant is eaten by insect. Insect is eaten by bird. Bird is eaten by a fox. Now you can find a relation here. Now the relation looks like a chain. Plant, insect, bird, fox. You see, deer is eaten by tiger. Plant is eaten by deer. Here you can find a chain. Plant, deer, tiger. But here both these chains are linked together. You see, one is common, plant is common. That means some of the organisms are not only a part of a food chain, they are part of more than one food chain. So it forms links between different food chains. This is one food chain, this is one food chain, both are linked here by plant. And see, the vulture may eat deer. The vulture may eat deer. And in the same way, here you can see ant eaten by frog or eaten by snake. This is a chain. Ant may eat plant. So here one more chain. Now, the frog may be eaten by bird. So frog is eaten by snake as well as by bird. So one animal or one organism of a food chain may be a part of another food chain also. So one organism can be a part of more than one food chain. It forms the links between the food chains, finally which forms a food web. You call it as a food web. So this way, bird can eat a snake. So here we can find the interrelation between the food chains. When it is like a web, you call it as a food web. So if you try to find the food relations between different components or different organisms of an ecosystem, you find them in the form of food chains or food webs. Now, let us see the disturbance caused in the environment. It disturbs our lives. We know that. We are discussing on the same issue. But how it is linked up to the food chains and food webs? Organisms are dependent on one another for their food requirements. So in this natural food chain or food web, if some artificial materials are entered by the human activities, so how they affect our lives? Here you see one concept called as biological magnification. What is this biological magnification? Accumulation of harmful chemicals in the bodies of some animals or humans is called as biological magnification. Harmful chemicals are accumulated. Harmful chemicals. All the food that we eat is chemicals, nothing but nutrients are nothing but chemicals, but they are not accumulated. You are getting the nutrients, you are eating chicken, you are eating fish, or you are a vegetarian, you are eating fruit, you are eating grains. So the materials present in them are absorbed by your body. Some of them are digested, which are not digested are excreted. So the digested nutrients are utilized by your body, waste is excreted out. You have mechanisms in your body. You have various biochemical reactions in your body. in which whatever the food we are taking, the food is properly utilized, unwanted materials are properly disposed. So by that your body is kept clean after using the food material or nutrient. But here certain chemicals cannot be processed by your body. Certain chemicals cannot be digested nor filtered by your body. They get accumulated in various parts of your body, like fatty tissues and other parts. Certain chemicals get accumulated, leads to so many diseases like cancers and other diseases, which is a very major problem, threat to the life. So how the accumulation of harmful chemicals takes place in our bodies? You know the food chain. We get the food, we get it from a hen, from a chicken. You get it from a chicken. You get it from a chicken. So it might got, so the chicken has got harmful chemicals. It might got from the food, grains. So the grains have got these harmful chemicals, pesticides or insecticides. So how the grains have got? Because the plant is sprayed with such chemicals. Who is spraying? The farmers are spraying, because to protect the crop from the insects and pests, they are spraying chemicals. So these chemicals are absorbed by the grains. The animal that eats the grains, the harmful chemicals are transferred to the body of the animal. And this animal is eaten by human or some other animal. So the chemicals are transferred. So these plants and animals, they do not have the mechanisms to get rid of these chemicals, because they are non-biodegradable. Our bodies do not possess the enzymes which can break them into harmless form. Our bodies do not have that enzymes. Our bodies cannot break down the harmful chemicals into harmless chemicals. That is not achieved. So in the same form, in the same dangerous, harmful condition, they are transferred from one level to another level to another level. Finally, they get accumulated in the top level of the ecosystem. They are reaching us. So you have gone to the market to buy a fish. You don't know from where the fish has come. You don't know what kind of chemicals are accumulated in the bodies of fish. The researchers, they are doing a lot of research. They are doing so many tests to the food available in the market, and they are finding that many of the food items, even vegetables or any animal food like fish or chicken, if they test in the laboratories, they find that so many hormones are there, so many pesticides are there, so much of insecticides are there. That is the reason why all the people who are health conscious are turning towards organic. So we are going to the market and buying a brand which is named as organic, because organic, it shows that the food is grown in organic method by not using any artificial fertilizers, chemicals, but it is costlier when compared to the other foods, because chemical fertilizers and chemical pesticides, they are cheap. The process is simple, even though it is harmful. So the product cost is less. Everybody cannot afford to buy organic. So we cannot buy organic products. They may be of double cost. So you buy 1 kg of grains, 100 rupees, organic 200 rupees. So organic methods are time consuming, power consuming. So many people must be involved in that, very slow, product will be less. So by that the cost is more. So everybody is worried. We cannot test each and every time the food we are eating. You have gone to market and buy a fish. So you cannot test the fish whether how much pesticide it has got. At least you don't know the source from where it has come. So it is the part of the government to ban catching the fish of certain areas where it is polluted water, likewise. So by that, at least to some extent, it can be, the health of the people can be saved. Anyway, the disturbance in the environment, it leads to such consequences. This is an example, the biological magnification. Even the fruits and vegetables, many chemicals are sprayed onto them. So the peels of the fruits and vegetables absorb the chemical. You cannot remove the chemical simply by washing. Just you wash under the tap with bare hands. Do you think it will remove? Many of the fruits, vegetables are eaten along with the peel. The peel might have absorbed the chemicals. pesticides. Many of the fruits we don't cut the peel. Guava, we don't cut the peel. We don't remove the peel. Gourds, we cut and we cook with the peels. That means we are consuming the harmful chemicals which get accumulated in our bodies, like various parts like kidneys and liver. When they are accumulated in large number, they cause very dangerous health conditions.